Shalom, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai. I like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, Great Millstone, that taught us his word. So basically, I just want to talk about America's debt and how, America is definitely on the downfall. I came across this video with this guy. He's a congressman, representative out of Arizona. His name is Schweikert, or Representative Schweikert, and basically he went before the House, to talk about, possible solutions. Basically, how there is no real solution and how bad, this economy is right now. How bad it is, and how there's really no way out of it. Basically, he reveals the scary truth of debt rates, surpassing birth rates in America. And how basically, this is it, America's on its last go around. There's no coming back from this. And basically, he just goes into, really breaks it down. He's also an economist, so he knows a lot about, the monetary system. But, basically Trump is just really overseeing, the downfall of America. There is no coming back from this place. I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but just a couple of points that kind of stood out of the things he said. But it is a pretty interesting little watch here. Yeah, he really gives you a good understanding as to why, Trump is doing what he's doing. He cut DUI or DEI programs. He's trying to cut federal grants and loans. He tried to do it, but I think a judge blocked it, and that's going to be a huge deal. He's trying to buy out a lot of these federal workers, and he's firing a bunch of people in government. But there's a reason why he's doing all that. Because this place is heavy, laden with thick clay, man. But yeah.
Mr. Speaker, yeah, tonight's going to be a little thick, so
that's the spirit that he said that, because this place is laden, with thick clay. Let me just hit a couple points here.
where we're at. We actually got, I'm going to call it better news. CBO actually did some calculations and said, hey, we expect tax receipts to be up in this fiscal year. So I've come here repeatedly and shown my chart that says for every dollar the United States takes in all sorts of tax receipts. And remember, most of those tax receipts are going to Social Security, Medicare, those sorts of things. But for every dollar we take in 39 cents, $1.39 is spent. Guess what? The good news is now it's no longer $1.39 of spending for every dollar we take in. Now it's $1.36. Got better. Still terrifyingly bad.
So basically, for every dollar that we pay in taxes, the government's going to spend $1.36. So every dollar that's coming in through taxes and all that, the government spends $1.36. Next one. 1750.
I've heard my brothers and sisters here say things like, okay, health care or Obamacare subsidies for those who are here illegally. Okay, I'm fine. Go ahead and get rid of them. It's 9.5 hours for an entire year's worth of borrowing. So an entire year, you just covered 9.5 hours.
Yeah, so basically, he likened the spending and the cuts unto time. So if you were to cut, Obamacare subsidies for illegal immigrants or whatnot, or do all these little cuts here and there, you basically only saved 9 hours out of the entire year. You know, 9 hours out of that whole year you just saved. If you cut some of these little subsidies and little health care here and there, whatever. So that's how thick, this clay is here in America, man. And, basically the last point.
Over the last 4 years, we've gone from, what is it, 4 years ago, the debt was $1,502,000,000,000. Last year, $1,900,000,000,000. Now you got to understand, that number also is a bit of a fraud. Well, we often don't, the United States is one of the only countries that doesn't actually put in its internal borrowing. So we borrow money from the Social Security Trust Fund, from the Veterans Trust Fund, from all these things. Are we not going to pay it back? We pay interest to those. That's why the real number, like for this year, is going to be closer to 2.3 trillion. Because there's about another $300 billion out there that we borrow internally that we got to also pay back and also have to pay interest.
So yeah, he's projecting 2 trillion, I think he said, in just this year alone, right? Because America takes money from different groups within America, Social Security, they borrow money from different departments within America, which also has interest on top of it. So yeah, man, I think that that just this year was like 2.3.
There's about another $300 billion out there that we borrow internally that we got to also pay back to those. That's why the real number, like for this year, is going to be closer to 2.3 trillion.
Yeah, 2.3 trillion just for this year. I think the whole U.S. debt is about, 35, 36 trillion in general. So yeah, man, this place is done, man. There's no coming out of it. I mean, Trump can cut and do all the stuff. It's just going to get worse. All the cuts that he was doing, he's also going to start cutting, a lot of them social programs. Say goodbye to the WIC. Say goodbye to welfare. Say goodbye to Section 8. A lot of those programs that, our people depend on. The black woman depends on, man. The black woman and her kids. So it's going to get bad, man. A lot of these jobs are going to be gone. AI is going to take a lot of these jobs. They're going to be cut. But, they're still not going to make a dent, So Trump is basically just overseeing the downfall of America. And that's why he's pushing that whole MAGA, Make America Great Again. He wants the people to think that they're going to come out of it. But they're not coming out, Yeah, this is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, cannot be satisfied. We gather unto him all nations, he heapeth unto him all people. Yeah, man. He's a proud man, man. This devil's proud. He's got these economists out here running scared because they're doing all these borrowing for whatever selfish purpose that, he's racking up $36 trillion in debt. I believe the income, the income tax, IRS income tax, that's, it's an illegal operation right there, And Trump's talking about getting rid of it, but that's not going to help. He neither keepeth at home. He's always in these other countries, stealing from these other countries, building up military bases in these other countries. Now, he's trying to take over the Panama Canal. He's trying to annex Greenland and all these places, man, because he can't be satisfied, Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth, which is not his. How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay, man. Yeah, that debt. Just like he said.
Yeah, tonight's going to be a little thick, so I apologize to everyone. But we're
Yeah. Laden himself with that thick clay, man. You look up that word thick clay. In the Hebrew, it's Iba Tiyat. Iba Tiyat. Means weight of pledges, heavy debts. America's in that heavy debt, man. And we're at the end of this thing, man. So that's why he has to, get away and get rid of this whole system. What they call the Great Reset. You got to bring in this chip, MOTB, bringing in this AI system, this digital currency system, because this old monetary system is done, man. The monetary system, this current system right here, is done. There's no way out of it. So you got to bring in that new world order, man. It's enterprise, but you can only get so far, man. Once he really pursues that chip, once he really pursues, the elect, the men of the Lord, man. That is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. When thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah, remember Yahweh Hashem Yahushai right now, man. Well, the evil days come out. We're right on the cusp of these evil days, man. This could be the year, where everything goes to hell, man. Time of Jacob's trouble, all that. While the evil days come nigh, remember the Lord now. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Yeah, this is an example of that here, man. He's trembling, man. He's an economist as well. He's the keeper of the house. He's trembling and, he sees it coming. He's been seeing it coming. These elites have been seeing it coming, man. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, man, because the grinders shall cease because they are few, man. Yeah, I mean, Trump, he's trying to pay off or buy out a lot of these government workers, man. He's trying to get rid of, he's terminating a lot of them. He's trying to shrink government, and that's going to, it's going to trickle out into the private sectors, the public sector jobs, especially with AI technology. The grinders are low because there are few. There's not going to be no jobs out here no more, man, that you can depend on. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up, the verse of the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, man. Yeah, and all that's now is music is trash. The grinding is lowering. A lot of your favorite restaurants are closing down. A lot of your favorite department stores are closing down. It's just going to get worse and worse, man. We're at the beginning. We're only, 2 weeks in. Damn near 2 weeks into this Trump presidency, man. But yeah, it's all leading up, to this microchip, man. This is Revelation 14:9. And if the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire, with brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah, man, so any man that worship the beast and the image, is the system, man, that we're in right now. And receive his mark, that's the ultimate worshiping of this beast in this system right here. Taking that mark in your forehead or in your hand, so that technology is here. He has the forehead technology, man. That Neuralink. So we understand what that scripture's talking about now. Or in their hand, man, you're not to take that microchip, man. the MOTB, because it says right here, it's the same shall drink, if you do take it, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is that nuclear missiles, man, that nuclear destruction, man, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah, right? Jehovah Shai, man, because he's going to be in that ship, man. While his men, the Lord's elect, gets beamed up in that ship, in those ships. The smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, man. So yeah, you're not to take that chip, man. You gotta have that faith. And one thing that's gonna keep you from not taking that chip is having that faith, man. At the end of the day. But yeah, we're inching closer, man. This is the doomsday clock. A couple of days ago, they inched it even closer. It is now 98 seconds to midnight. Get closer than ever. That doomsday clock, man. And that midnight is supposed to represent the nuclear destruction, man. So we're 89 seconds. Every year they inch it closer and closer and closer, man. So yeah, man, it's real out here, man. But yeah, I just wanted to bring out his little speech, or he went before the House, talk about really birth rates, declining birth rates, and how America is basically just on the decline, man. Just wanted to hit those few bullet points so you get a better understanding as to why Trump is going all out, why he's doing what he's doing, because this place is done, man. So with that, shalom.